Hey there, Dr. Mamina here. Have you been hearing all about the Sephora Kids trend? It's been all over social media, and I've been seeing more and more Gen Alpha kids using skincare products that they see online from other influencers. But is this safe? Do children even need a skincare routine? Well, I'm here to break down children's skincare and let you know whether or not you should be worried about the products that they're using. So these kids are being influenced on social media as well as their friends to buy and start using skincare products. As a parent, I know that these types of trends can bring up a lot of questions, so it's important to stay informed about them. Sephora Kids refers to the girls of Gen Alpha, so as young as 8 years old and up, who go to the beauty store for viral skincare products they see thanks to many different influencers. My take is that many of these kids are viewing skincare products as like collector items or something fun to showcase like on their shelves at home, thinking of it as like an equivalent to like the millennials' Pokemon card collection or Beanie Babies or Furbies or Pogs. Remember Pogs? But the biggest concern with this is that a lot of these products are primarily formulated for adults. So these young children are using certain products without understanding their purpose or their benefits. So what's the main difference between children's skin and adult skin? Children's skin does behave a little bit more differently. It's a little bit more delicate. So it might mean that using harmful ingredients could lead to bigger skin problems in the future. Unfortunately, the biggest risk of using skincare products that aren't necessarily formulated for children is that they can cause irritation, especially when using things like retinols or exfoliating acids like glycolic acid or lactic acid. From the age of 8 to 12, this is when your skin is at its best, okay? You have the most optimal skin cell turnover rate, and that's usually around every 2 weeks, give or take. So kids don't need to use strong, potentially harsh ingredients like retinols to assist with skin cell turnover because their turnover is already great and they're not getting a buildup of dead skin like we do as adults. Another thing is that their skin barrier is already working so well, and we don't want to disrupt that. We just want to maintain it, okay, with good moisturizers. Also, children just won't benefit a lot from the expensive ingredients found in adult skincare, like other anti-aging ingredients such as peptides, growth factors. They may not necessarily be bad for their skin, but they're just not necessary and almost more wasteful than beneficial. So knowing what to avoid can be just as important as knowing what to use. So as mentioned, some of these more harsh ingredients, exfoliating acids, things that could be irritating or allergenic should not be used on young skin just because young skin can be more sensitive. I would stick with things that are more gentle with minimal actives or no actives. I've also noticed that a lot of skincare that are targeted for children can use a variety of different scents and fragrances. They might smell nice, it might be fun, but those can actually be more irritating than helpful. So it's best to use products that are fragrance-free. Again, I already mentioned this, but exfoliating acids and retinols, for me, are a big no for children. And of course, there's always exceptions. So if your kid is dealing with acne or if they have oily skin, I am okay with introducing salicylic acid or even a retinol. Of course, I wouldn't do both together. I would just start with one ingredient at a time. I would also recommend avoiding vitamin C just because the acidity could irritate skin in kids more than it could adults. Also niacinamide. So niacinamide is in a lot of moisturizers, which is fine. They're at a low percentage, but at higher percentages, like for like pore clearing serums and whatnot, those can decrease oil a lot and can potentially be irritating in some people. So it's best for young kids to avoid like niacinamide focused serums. So I would say if it has like a high concentration of niacinamide, like more than 5%, I would say best for kids to avoid that. Overall, opting for simple, safe, sensitive skin friendly products is the way to go for children to maintain their natural skin health. Okay, but although there are some risks and skincare ingredients that children should avoid, there are still some benefits I see with this Sephora Kids trend. Skincare to me is still a form of self-care, and I actually think it's really good that kids are taking action to take care of themselves and their bodies and to create this habit at a younger age. I mean, if you think about it, online trends could honestly be worse, right? Kids could be doing worse things out there. They could be collecting much more expensive items. They're really just taking care of their skin at a young age, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. We just have to make sure that they're doing it safely and to watch out for certain products or ingredients intended for different skin issues. I really think it's a fun way for kids to learn self-care, and it's a really good activity for them and their friends to bond over. It also sets them up for even better and healthier skin in the future because they're already learning about the value of skincare. So hopefully this just sets them up for an optimal skincare routine in their adulthood rather than not being educated on it at all. So it really comes down to the big question, can children use adult adult skincare? And my recommendation is yes, they definitely can. It's just crucial that they use skincare products that contain ingredients that are right for them and that they're not using products made to target specific cosmetic concerns like dark spots or aging. Here's what I recommend in a skincare routine for Gen Alphas who are out there looking for safe products. I recommend using gentle cleansers, simple moisturizers, and simple sunscreens. Also look for products that are fragrance-free and dye-free to really minimize irritation. I know some of these derm-approved kids products may not be as fun to use, but ideally they're the safest. I'm a big fan of CeraVe's Hydrating Facial Cleanser, Cetaphil's Gentle Skin Cleanser, Drunk Elephant's Bestie No. 9 Jelly Cleanser, or Bubbles Fresh Start Gel Cleanser. So for moisturizers, I really like Vanicream's Daily Facial Moisturizer, the Drunk Elephant Lala Retro Whipped Cream, Bubbles Slam Dunk Hydrating Moisturizer, or their Level Up Balancing Gel Moisturizer. And then there's also the Laneige Waterbank Blue Hyaluronic Cream Moisturizer. When it comes to sunscreen, look for at least SPF 30. I like Bubbles +1 Tinted Daily Mineral Sunscreen that has SPF 40, the CeraVe AM Facial Moisturizing Lotion SPF 30, the Cetaphil Daily Oil-Free Facial Moisturizer SPF 35, or Vanicream's Facial Moisturizer Broad Spectrum SPF 30. These plus all my favorite kids and tween skincare products are all linked below. As for our youngest generation, skincare for babies and toddlers is a little different. I'm a little bit more cautious about skincare on babies. You should still avoid fragrances and dyes and stick with gentle cleansers and moisturizers, and you could even find products specifically labeled for babies or for newborns. Now, when it comes to sun protection, I would avoid sunscreen before a baby is 6 months old. You'll want to focus a lot on sun protective clothing, so things that have that UPF label on them. Also look for hats too. And unlike older kids, you don't necessarily have to moisturize your baby unless they have really dry skin or if they're dealing with things like eczema. Okay, so when navigating children's skincare, especially, the Sephora Kids phenomenon, it can seem concerning, but for kids, less is definitely more. And luckily, early awareness can still help pave the way for healthier skin in the long run if the skincare is used properly. I hope you found this video on children's skincare to be helpful. If you enjoyed this video and you want to learn more about skincare, be sure to download my free gift, my top 5 skincare favorites. And remember to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to my channel to start your holistic wellness journey for your mind, body, and skin. Thanks for watching.